Breaking. Welcome to today's headlines. Chike, Obidigbo questions federal government's treatment of Igbo leaders compared to others. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, before I go into details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe, and share. Now the details. Elder statesman Dr. Chike Obidigbo has denounced as enablers of injustice and double standards those who celebrate the purported arrest of Simon Ekpa, the chairman of the Biafran Republic government, in exile (BRGIE) in Finland, according to the Daily Post. Obidigbo voiced his worries, pointing out that the present administration, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is still handling the security situation in the southeast poorly a year after Muhammadu Buhari's term ended. He emphasized that a number of causes, such as criminal activity and government negligence, contribute to the region's instability and the desperation felt by Igbo people. The government emphasized on surface-level problems, while ignoring the underlying reasons of social instability, was criticized by Obidigbo. Since such narratives misrepresent the gravity of the situation and mask the tragedy of lost youth, he said, expressing concern at reports of the neutralization of young people, including both civilians and security forces. Obidigbo stressed in a statement sent to the media that the suffering of youth impacted by violence cuts beyond racial and religious boundaries. He asked why, despite assertions that there was no winner and no defeated, the government still acted as though injustice were a fitting reminder of earlier conflict more than 50 years after the Civil War. He emphasized that the younger generation voices, many of whom were born after the war, are a reaction to what they see as the Igbo people's perceived injustice. He maintained that, in spite of Nigerians' assertions of democracy, the rule of law is frequently violated, especially when it comes to the rights and liberties of the Igbo people. Obidigbo further emphasized the contradiction between official accounts and the Igbo people's actual experiences, implying that the 2023 elections exposed blatant prejudice and discriminations against them. Citing Nnamdi Kanu's kidnapping as a crime against civilians, he denounced the government's disregard for the law. He pointed out that Dr. Lungozi Orabueze became a leader very fast after Lekpa's predicament, pointing to a breakdown in the current Igbo political leadership, which he characterized as self-serving and disengaged from the people. Speaking about the seeming disparity in how different ethnic groups are treated, Obidigbo noted the contrast between the freedom enjoyed by those who support Nigerians' independence and the intense scrutiny Igbo leaders endure. He raised concerns about the unequal treatment, arguing that Kanu's situation is particularly affected by his Igbo background and drawing attention to persistent structural injustices in the country. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now, before I go, let's move down to the comment section. Let's see what people have to say. The first comment I have here says, real reasons we Igbos are still suffering like slaves in Nigeria is because of the system we run. Those who pretend to represent Igbos are mostly charlatans who are purely after what they get for themselves and families. If any number of them had ever insisted on fair treatment, like other areas, it wouldn't be this bad. See how they have been rejoicing over arrest of Simon, yet they have no solution to the gross neglect meted out to us. Biafra has been redeclared. We see what will become of our Nigeria. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is.